What's up? Starting off 2013 with a recap of what happened during the past month, talking everything from flu season, NFL playoffs, and NBA regular season action to critical situations such as Lance Armstrong's interview with Oprah, Winfrey and Notre Dame linebacker Manti Te'o's apparent hoax situation. All this and more in the January 19th show podcast. Podcast starts right now.
And we're back after a month of absence. We are back. It's a new year, and we're back now. What's up, man?
What's goody? I'm just chilling over here. What you up to, bro? How you like these sports this week?
It's a lot of. You know what? Forget about the week. Forget about the week. It's about the month, dude. We haven't been here for a long time. A long time. You know, we literally went through the complete playoffs so far, and the rest of the season that was left when we ended off. You know,
yeah,
it's a lot has been going on, so we definitely have many topics to talk about.
Many topics, but you know what I want to start off on, because it's all over. It's on every fucking. I changed my channel on my TV too.
I think
is this Lance Armstrong thing, man.
Yep. I'm aware.
What you call it? You know, ban them. You know, I'm cool with the ban for the life or whatever, but to take the titles, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. You could pump me full of performance-enhancing drugs, and I'm not going to win those Tour de France, let alone 7 Tour de France's.
Yeah. Now, I'm not much of a cyclist. I'm not much of a cyclist fan, but I mean, all these like drugs that they use, you know, all these enhancement drugs that they are using to improve their performance is just messed up, you know. And he even admitted. He even admitted everything.
It is messed up that they're using it, but you know, he said the best. You know, they asked him, does he feel does it give him an advantage? He said no. It's like I felt like that. It was an even playing field, and I agree with him, because other people admitted it, and that they were doping. Now, how many of those people that didn't admit it, they ain't get caught, they're doping too? So, you know, basically you're on the same level. Who can say they're on the same level? So who can say that the ones that did, like when he went and won the Olympics with the bronze?
Mm-hmm.
Who's to know that the first and second person wasn't doping too? Who won first and second? Nobody will ever know. But it was an era of doping, so most likely they were. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And either way, you can take the title from them, and you don't. When people bring up that title, what are they going to think of? The year that year that the title was won, what are they going to think of? They're going to think of motherfucking Lance Armstrong. When you think of Lance Armstrong, you're going to think of Tour de France. I mean, you also going to think of drugs. You know, but hey, he still won it. It takes talent to win it.
Oh yeah.
It's like the home run shit.
He still managed to win. I mean, he still managed to win, and several titles. He not only won one. Several.
Exactly.
He still won. He still managed to win. I know he was.
Yep.
He had that in his system, but he still managed to win, because he could have just choked at the end and lost. You know, he managed to win.
Exactly. Like other people that were doping, how they lose. You know.
Yeah. So I can see that. I can see what you're trying to say there. I mean, he still managed to win. So I gotta give him props. I mean, he has skill. He's just kind of influenced. So that's just pretty much it. But he still managed to win.
And I think all of them are taking sports enhancement drugs. There's some are legal and some ain't. And he decided to catch some of that wasn't legal. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that was his choice. He fucked it up, and now he's banned from And for somebody that wins war, wins on that type of level, they have a passion for the sport. You have to have a passion for the sport to get to that level. And banning him from the sports, that hurts more than taking the titles for the man. He might not admit it, but it does.
Yeah, I mean, he still managed to win, because if it was me doing that, I would probably choke at the end or choke at the beginning. So
one or the other, and it's like the home run things. With the Mark McGwire and shit like that, they're like, oh, well, he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Some people say, come on, man. even before the dope ever came along, he was doing good.
It's
and
kind
then, on top of that, how many people, look how many people were caught doping and didn't even come close to that many home runs.
Yeah. It's kind of a shame that nobody made it this year. I mean, are you really gonna be that kind of hearted to leave everybody out? Like, you're not even gonna let one person in? I mean, he did get a decent amount of votes. He just didn't get the required amount of votes.
Yep, because you got people hating on him, and that's retarded. And another thing, talk about Hall of Fame thing with Pete Rose. When I was coming up, Hall of Fame was you're put in the Hall of Fame because of what you did on the field, not because of what you did on that in your side life.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But it's your talent, not your lifestyle.
It happens in many, many different events. But this is messed up. I mean, you do have to have a passion. I mean, for you to ride all that, I mean, it really is a pretty big event. You have to have the passion to still play. Still play along the game, So, because, that's a lot of passion. That has to be one of the most hard-working sports right now, like cycling. It looks like a big deal,
Yeah, it just ain't anything,
Yeah, I mean, it still is a sporting event. Might not be the biggest, but it still is a hard-working event that you have to train for.
You know how much training you got to do for that shit? You're riding for not a couple miles. You're riding a lot of miles, and you're trying to do it as quick as possible.
Yeah.
You need to be in tip-top shape to do something like that. The college is making a whole lot of money off these BCS games. I'll tell you that much.
The thing is, are you really gonna like the college system when you're having championship games that aren't even close, blowout in the beginning? Yep. I can't even imagine how Notre Dame managed to get 14 points on the scoreboard. I can't even imagine how that happened.
It's ridiculous.
That was a horrible one-sided game, and that is happening in the playoffs, in the championship games. Every single sport, it's been happening lately. You have the Giants over the Tigers, blowout. You have now Alabama over Notre Dame, blowout. We're just not having contested playoffs. We're not having contested postseasons.
Their system is messed up.
Yeah.
Their system is messed up, and it's not matching up the teams properly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like in the NBA, look at last year's playoffs. It was crazy because it was how teams were going back and forth with the wins and the games are close.
That was a great
overtime games.
That was a great playoff season. That was a great playoff season.
Great playoff things. What you call it? I don't like the Heat at all, but they played their heart out because you got people that they have targets for their back because they said they're going to win. So everybody they play are playing harder than they would ever play against anybody else.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of sick of all the Heat hype as well.
And they still pulled it out and won. And, I respect that. I gotta respect that. When the Giants went on their run last year, I respect that too. When they beat my damn team to start to kick it off. That was a hell of a run, and I hate the Giants with all my goddamn heart. But those are good games. They were great games.
Yeah.
Even this year's playoffs are pretty damn great. That damn Ravens game, man. That last Ravens game was that was insane.
I wanted to touch upon college, just recap about the championship game, and also bring on the topic of Manti Te'o from Notre Dame. You probably heard about that story.
I wasn't ready to leave college yet. I still got bones to pick with college, and I'm thinking else I want to add on to what you were just saying about these bowl games. Well, it's not bowl games, but about college and their system and stuff like that. Is that rule they made for the basketball where you got to go for a year and and then you can go to the NBA. Yeah. And they're talking about we're worried about the students education and stuff like that. I think that's a bunch of BS. That's a money-making scheme right there, too. Because if you was worried about their education, you would make it mandatory that they do the 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you say they pick you and say, all right, well, you're great at basketball, so we're going to put you have to go through the college levels before you get to the NBA because it's mandatory. Now, when you say, all right, we're going to give you got to do the whole 4 years, you might not want to do it. You know what you're going to say? You're going to say, well, since I got to stay here for 4 years, I might as well graduate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you do it for a year, like, man, I'm not taking out one of these classes serious. I'll pay somebody to do my work, get past 1 year, so I can keep playing, and then once that season's over, to hell with the damn my grades.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The thing about college is I'm pretty sure that they allow you to study a program called general education, which is just broad topic. It's just like a normal high school, you know, just a little bit of everything. I'm pretty sure that's what athletes do, because it's not really any like degree or anything. It's not really a major. It's just a normal degree. You know, that's probably what they do because it's simple on them. It's not a lot of work.
They can't really give them no real courses because they know that most likely, like this guy that's coming to Duke next year. I forget his name, but he's supposed to be an all-star high school guy, and that's going. You know, that's a top prospect. That's like another coming on LeBron James almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with so much hype around him and all that, you know. And when you get to college, though, you think that he's going to stay for that for more than a year? You're like, and you're not getting no graduate program. You're not going to get into no graduate program because they know you're going to stay for like a year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
But it said Curry though. My girl said, but Seth Curry did. But Seth Curry though. Oh, he didn't. Well, I mean, I assume what you said. I said it wrong though. But see, Seth Curry though, he had hype, but not like this guy coming up, or not like how LeBron James had hype. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody went crazy with LeBron James in high school, for God's sake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a big one.
That might be before your time in there, Steve. But when I was in high school, that was like nobody could talk about basketball without saying LeBron James and how LeBron James is coming to the NBA to take over.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at him in his jersey back then, you know how it said Irish on it?
Yeah.
It kind of made me think like if he was playing in Notre Dame, you know, like he looked that big, you know, in popularity, size, talent-wise, he looked like a college player.
Yep. And when he got to the college age, he looked like he was a grown man. Hairline pushed back and everything.
Yeah. He was a big man.
250 pounds or some craziness.
Yeah.
Moving like he's 100 pounds up the court.
Yeah. But you probably heard about this headline as well, you know, as I mentioned, the Manti Te'o.
Yep, and that's another good thing to bring up right there.
Well, what are your thoughts about that?
I think that's a bunch of shenanigans, and this idiot done messed up. He's going to everybody goes to the NFL to make money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he done messed up his own money by doing this whole crap with the fake girlfriend or girl. This whole bull. I can't even explain what I feel about this.
I mean, I'm still kind of confused. I really don't even know what's going on anymore. Like, because you really don't know what's going on anymore. Like, you just never heard this kind of story before.
Yeah, first he's lying or she's lying, and then there's something else going on, and then 1 minute they get the phone records, the next minute she's confessing. I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on with this sports world?
Yeah.
It's bloody ridiculous. Great point. Like that.
It's supposed to be about what's going on in sports, not about what's going on in the sports guy's personal life.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. I get you. Yeah. I mean,
did you hear that?
I guess because of the impact it has on the draft. I guess that's why they link it to actually sports because he's getting in the draft. It's gonna affect his value.
Yeah, that does. Yeah, that does, because the whole draft thing, because they try to look at your mental when you go to the draft. But
I mean, it's a first-round pick we're talking about.
They only mess him up. He gonna get picked. He's gonna get picked lower in the draft. Not as high because of all this thing. I guarantee you.
Because the thing is, they're making a lot of hype. Because first of all, he played on a championship caliber team that went undefeated. He's also a first-round pick, and
yeah, he's still gonna get picked. But you know, it's like Randy Moss. Randy Moss is one of the greatest wide receivers ever, and he had a problem signing to a damn team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I've seen him mocked. I've seen him mocked as high as number 7 to the Bills. I think it was. So,
yeah, he's still gonna go high. But you know what? What would he have went? What do you think he would have went on as if it wasn't all of this crap surrounding his name?
Well, that was exactly it. Before all of this started developing, I saw him in number 7. Who knows where he's at right now? I still think he's a first-round pick, but he's probably dropping.
I think he should still be up there, but you know, some teams are going to back off of him now because of all this hype. You know?
Yeah, the draft is looking kind of back and forth. I mean, it's looking kind of unsteady right now. The draft. It's looking unsteady.
He can only blame himself. I think he messed up doing this whole thing. He should have kept that up, try to do his best, keep that on the wraps. And then when people ask about it, he should have said, "I'm not giving no interview. I'm not. This is my personal life. I don't need to talk to y'all about this."
You know, I never really liked the guy much. To be honest, never really liked the guy much.
I think he's a fake. He reminds me of Tebow. I think he's a fake.
First of all, they say he's 6'2". I don't believe that. He's probably shorter than I am, and I'm 5'7". Okay? First of all. Second of all, I just never really liked the guy. Like I don't hate him. I just have something fishy about him that I just never liked.
Yep, definitely. There's something fishy about it, and my girl said just that she thinks that he did this for a sympathy boy, and I think so too. And that's retarded.
Yeah, because when the Heisman was going on, I was rooting a lot for Colin Klein, a lot. Even on top of Johnny Football, I didn't really care. I liked the guy a lot, and I mean a lot of people like the guy. Of course, he didn't win, but he had support. He had support. So, I mean, he could have won it. Like he had that caliber. He just didn't win it. I mean, Johnny Football's just too huge. So.
Too huge, but you know, I like that what you call got picked because that what's his name, Johnny Football.
Yeah.
That I'm glad he won that because you don't see too many freshmen jumping off the line like that where they got that much skill to even be brought up with Heisman, you know?
Yeah, he's really impressing, though. I mean, you heard his speech, you saw his game. He's a really, really nice guy. I mean, he deserves that award. He's a huge star, and you're taking a spot that Ryan Tannehill used to own. That is a big responsibility, and he aced it.
Yep.
He aced it.
He skilled it. What you call it? Usually it takes, you might have all that skill and something, but to go in there and then add that skill to somebody's certain system of playing, man, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, there's just so many strange stories going on so far in sports, apart from the games, of all the upsets. It's just so many things going on. But I want to go back to the pros right now, and so we can review the playoffs and a little bit of, just the playoffs, where we left off. We left off in the first round, in the wild card round, way back when. And we were talking about the Seahawks, Redskins, I don't want to mention that too much. We know how that went, but I did admit that I wanted the Redskins to win that game. First of all, Falcons, Redskins, it just sounds better to me. It just sounds better. I wouldn't watch it, but it sounds better. I just like the match better.
If RG3 was healthy, and I ain't gonna lie, I thought Seahawks were gonna win, man. I was surprised that he had such a slow start like that.
Yeah, let me get to that, but seriously, I was giving the Redskins the win. I like the Redskins to win that better than the Seahawks. I really did.
Yeah.
But okay, we won it. Fine. It was cheap. Again, another cheap win, but I'll take it. And then you have the Ravens, Broncos, huge game. They talked about the cold, how it would impact the game. It's not really that much of the cold. I mean, I know it's really bad, and it looked really, really cold. So it was a lot of pressure there, apart from Denver, and they were expected to win, but it was a really close game because it's Baltimore, Denver, two big teams. It was a huge game. And then you have the Ravens winning in overtime. That was a horrible interception by Manning. That was the game right there. That was the game.
That's going into the one of the greatest games Hall of Fame right there.
It was a huge game. Huge game because you have a lot of action, a lot of scoring. So you had the action, but you had stupid mistakes. One mistake costed the game.
Yep.
Denver could have won that. I still can't believe it that they're already out that fast.
Yep, I'm shocked because I thought Denver was going to win it.
It's insane. And now, I really have a gut feeling that the Ravens are going to win this game.
Because they got that hype with, what's his name? Lewis.
Yeah. I have a feeling that they are going to win this game. In the Super Bowl. They're going to make it. I don't know about winning the Super Bowl just yet. I can't really say that just yet. But I can see them making the Super Bowl. Part of me says that.
I know that there's a lot of hype with them. I know that.
I mean, I was buying them a couple weeks ago. Back in week 6, week 7. In the middle of the week, I said the Ravens are going to win it all. I like them right now. I like them a lot. Right now, I don't as much.
Yeah.
I don't as much because they really have a lot of age. I can't even believe they're this far. It's just unbelievable the run that they have right now. It's going to be a great game against the Patriots. Another great Ravens game to watch. And it's going to be a high scoring as well. It can go either way. I mean, I like the Patriots for this one. Like I'm picking the Patriots. Right now I'm picking the Patriots. But I can definitely see the Ravens winning.
The Patriots had a team to win, but I think the momentum and the hype that got is going to push the Ravens to pass them.
First off, I want to talk about the Lakers. You know, they're definitely playing like we were expecting them to. Pretty bad. The chemistry is still missing. That hasn't been touched. That hasn't been improved. And it won't be improved. It won't. But you also have the Eastern and the Western teams being declared for the All-Star. You also have as well the Heat. They're looking nice. You have the Thunder. They're looking really nice. The Clippers. Gotta love the Clippers. And then,
all day.
Now the Knicks and the Nets. The Knicks and the Nets. I'm kind of back and forth on.
The Knicks are pretty damn good.
Yeah, but they were better earlier in the season. They were better. They're kind of unsteady right now. They lost their flair. They kind of lost their flair. And the Nets as well. The Bucks are hanging in there. The Bucks are kicking. The Warriors are kicking. But you have
Warriors
teams.
Are a fast team. Their team is pretty fast.
Now tell me something. I don't have hatred towards Dwight Howard. He kind of annoyed me a lot with his hype.
Yeah, because he's a disrespectful dude, man.
Yeah.
The way he came out of Orlando, and then the way he's playing now, I don't like it, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's really sad for the Magic. Because if you see the Magic, they got no star left right there right now. They really don't have a star. I mean, it looks empty. It has no organization whatsoever. And they're doing horrible right now. They have like 13 wins and over 20 losses. They're doing bad. They just don't have a team anymore. So my problem is, Dwight Howard right now, he looks like a globetrotter in the Lakers. With his blue, white, and red headband, he looks like a globetrotter. Literally. He's starting to pass. He's starting to pass the ball more. He's barely shooting the ball anymore. He just looks like a globetrotter. You know?
Yeah, he don't do much, and his defense dropped too. Like he stopped playing defense as hard as he was. Like I don't know what his problem is.
I mean, I just don't think he fits with the Lakers. I just don't think that was a good idea in the first place. I don't.
Nope.
I think he's an extra player there. He just doesn't fit. He doesn't.
Yeah, it's crazy because on paper they look great.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. You need him in the Magic. You need them. In Orlando, you actually need Dwight Howard. In LA, not really. They're still going to be bad. That's the issue I have with Dwight Howard. And I came up with a wild team. It was one of those wild thoughts. How about Dwight Howard and the Nuggets? How about that?
Well, that's a good fit. They need that. That would help them out because they got Fareed at the power.
Yep.
They got what's his name, Iguodala at small, and who they got at shooting.
Gallinari.
And he's a beast.
Oh yeah, I like him. And you have, of course, who's the point guard again? One of them is a French player. He's a rookie, but he's playing at the point as well. But they do need a center. I mean, since they lost an NA, it just hasn't been the same. So you need a center because they're trying to. I think they're trying to trade away Anthony Mozgov. He's their center right now. So they can use Dwight Howard. They can use Dwight Howard, and I think he would enjoy it. I mean, Denver's a nice city. You have George Karl while he lasts. You have George Karl. I think that would be a nice fit.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well go to Denver while George Karl's there.
And George Karl's a great coach.
Yeah, I mean, he can definitely help out Dwight. He can set things straight.
Yeah.
I think that would be a nice fit. I mean, the Northwest Division, not too much of expectations. Of course, OKC Thunder. I know that part. That's going to be kind of hard to play several times during the season. But it's still a nice division to work your way up, to start a new career, a new life. I think it still works. So I thought about the Nuggets as a possibility. Just one of those wild teams.
Who has a possibility?
The Nuggets. I just thought about them as a maybe team that Dwight might fit in. So.
Oh, the Nets.
The Nuggets. Of course, the Nets. Nets.
And I said the Nets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, the Nets are in there. Even the Celtics. People are bringing in the Celtics into this. So, you have a couple teams that can take on Dwight Howard, that he can fit in.
Yeah.
But I just thought about the Nuggets. I don't know. I just came up with the Nuggets, analyzed it a little bit, and I said, that would actually fit. I mean, if you're looking at it, they need a center. So, it's just one of those thoughts. But the NBA, it's really crazy right now, the NBA. What is up with a one-sided football, Ed? I mean, haven't you noticed all this one-sided football?
Just SEC dominance. I mean, nobody can say they're shocked by it.
Yeah. I mean, but it was just awful. It really was. For Notre Dame, it was a bad game.
It was all around. You know, and who knows if this whole Manti Te'o story affected his players.
I think that's a that's a bunch of shenanigans.
I know, but it's a strange thing to factor in now.
Yeah, you know, but I think the story came about after the game. I think most of it came after the national title game.
Yeah, but supposedly, I mean, I don't know what to believe anymore with this story.
Yeah,
but supposedly he learned that his so-called girlfriend called him prior to that game, though.
Okay. Well, I still think
again, I'm not putting any credence to that story either.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what Te'o did. Alabama still destroyed him flat out.
Oh yeah. I think Alabama just played way too good. Just explosive.
Yeah.
Explosive.
Well, they're like kind of like a semi-pro team, it seems, at the college level every year. I mean, you can just see it from the recruiting classes, especially along the lines, both defense and offensive lines. They just blow people off the ball when they go out of conference.
Now, also, what are your thoughts about the college search? You have Chip Kelly leaving Oregon. Well, what are your thoughts about those transitions for the coaches and for college football itself?
Yeah. I think the pro game is becoming a lot like college with these spread offenses and so forth, and they're changing the rules too a lot in the NFL to allow more offense. I mean, you see every game. a defenseless hitter.
Every year they're adding to it.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know what defensive backs are supposed to do. They can never hit a receiver anymore, or they call for a hitting defenseless receiver, whatever that means.
They love calling that flag, too, for that.
So I think it's a good move for Kelly. I think he'll be able to implement his system. I mean, you saw with RG3, with Cam Newton starting last year, Russell Wilson, the success they've had running the read option. It's like, why not?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And you're gonna spare yourself the headache of recruiting every year. I mean, yeah, you'll have other headaches, but
yeah. Now the issue with the college itself is the draft class looks kind of weak right now. You have the Georgia linebacker Jarvis Jones right now, number 1. So the draft class is looking kind of weak. But I mean, they all played great this last season. It's just kind of weak. It just feels kind of weak. Well, what are your thoughts about the draft, for example, things like that?
Well, a lot of the draft is based off what you did last season or what have you done for me lately. So I don't think it's that weak. I mean, Jones, I think, is a good linebacker. I thought I had him rated even before all the Manti Te'o drama. I thought he was a better linebacker than Te'o.
Yeah, definitely.
And I guess the knock on him has been his health, but he went through last season healthy. They're actually projecting him to go to Detroit, like the number 5 pick, I think. So it might be a weak quarterback class this time around, but it's hard to say that too because Geno Smith for West Virginia, he might be the top quarterback.
I don't see him going number 1 though. I don't see him going number 1 anymore.
No, well, I don't know. I can't say that either because, again, when you look at the success Russell Wilson had, a third-round pick, and RG3, and a number 1 pick, had running the read option. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Cam Newton for it.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of GMs salivating over that same offense.
Yeah. I mean, he can go number 1. I mean, you have Andy Reid there. I'm sure he would be thirsty to get Geno Smith. He would be. He would want to do that. He would be intrigued to do so. So he can definitely go to Kansas City. Andy Reid might make it happen. I just don't see it happening. I just don't because Kansas City needs a linebacker. They need it. And Jarvis Jones is huge.
They need a lot. They need a lot.
But a linebacker definitely is one way to start off.
Definitely.
I mean, quarterback is their most pressing need. If they don't want to go for Castle or Brady Quinn.
It is going to be...
Yeah, Brady Quinn is too shaky.
Yeah. It's going to be risky because what do you stay with Matt Castle? I mean, you do have Andy Reid. Can he work him out? Can he fix him? Or do you go with Geno Smith and leave the defense a little bit to the side? It's a risk.
Or they could pass on both of them. Maybe wait for Matt Barkley. I don't know how his shoulder's going to grade out, but he's going to drop now, so they get him a lot cheaper.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you do have
Barkley
some other options.
Is more the prototypical Andy Reid type of quarterback where he can run his West Coast offense and throw it like 40 times a game.
What I'm thinking is, how about you get Landry Jones later on? Maybe you get Landry Jones. Maybe he can work in Kansas City.
I mean, there's definitely he still grades out as a decent pro quarterback.
Yeah.
I know his last few games weren't especially outstanding, but
yeah, he can be a decent quarterback. Yeah, definitely.
I think so. I like what he offers.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a couple options for Kansas City. They really have to think about it from their time to prepare for the draft. So that's going to be interesting.
Well, yeah, I think this is like, the draft. Nobody's postseason is more entertaining than the NFL, just because the draft is the most entertaining draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and free agency, too, is really intriguing, too.
Oh, yeah.
And that starts at, end of February, I guess, early March, so... Well, I think just after March Madness, yeah. You get a taste of... Just before the NFL draft, you get a taste of free agency.
Yeah.
And then after free agency... So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's hard for me with the read option offense becoming all the rage recently. I mean, I don't know whether coordinators are going to be able to figure it out or not, just because again, with the NFL rule changes for defense, I don't know if they'll ever really be able to shut down any offense anymore. But I find it hard to believe that somebody like Tim Tebow won't be able to find a home running that type of offense. Or even like a Vince Young, guys who still have a lot of years in them.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
he just got to get his mind right.
Because if you look at it, Vince Young...
I don't know whether Vince Young is just a head case, but with Tim Tebow, I don't know why anybody won't give him a chance. I mean, okay, he runs a college offense, but everybody runs a college offense now. Not everybody, but...
Yeah. And he might not have the greatest arm, but he's better than a lot of the quarterbacks when his game's down right now that's out there that they got to choose from, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's better than Brady Quinn. He's better than some of the other stars. What's that other guy that the Browns drafted?
Oh, yeah. Colt McCoy, Brandon Whedon. I guess you can say he's better than him.
I think he's better than Whedon. Whedon's got a better, more accurate arm.
I mean, you got to look at what he did with the Broncos. I mean, can everybody really do that? No, not everybody can do that. That's to be impressive. That's to be something you look at. If you have to look back on the film of what he did in Denver.
I thought it was funny too how Peyton Manning lost his only playoff game with Denver. Well, look at Tebow. He won his first playoff game. So
yeah,
in a way, it was kind of like karma coming back to get John Fox and Elway over in Denver.
It's SB Show Podcast on SPS Radio on YouTube. It's SB Show. Thanks for listening, and we are on SPS Radio on YouTube. It's SB Show.